A component is a particular part of the user interface or UI. Let's look at an example. This is a sample website. One is header component, one is main content component, one is side nav component, and one is footer component. Also a root component that is containing all the components. Another example. This website has 5 components: add to-do component, all to-do component, and each to-do component. Also a root component containing all the components. Let's take a look at component features. Components are reusable. Components are pure JavaScript function or class. Components are helpful to write clean code. Components can contain multiple nested component. On large-scale websites, components are easy to maintain. In simple words, a component is the code inside a .js or JSX file. There are 2 types of component in React. One is functional component, and one is class component. Functional components are simple JavaScript functions that return HTML. On the other hand, class components extend React.component and use rendering method for returning HTML. However, functional components are more popular and handy than class components. So, most of the time you are gonna see the functional component. Now, let's write some code. First, create a folder named Components. Inside Components folder, create a file named welcome.js. This type of file structure is helpful for large-scale apps. Create a function named welcome, then use return to return some HTML. I'm gonna write some HTML now. At last, export the welcome function as default. Now, let's import the welcome component in app.js. To display a component, you have to give the component name, and it has self-closing tag. Let's go to localhost 3000, and you can see that welcome component is displaying. Cool. Now, let's write a class component. First, import React. Then use class method for declaring a class named app that extends React.component. After that, use render method for returning HTML. At last, export the class. We don't need to import it this time because we already did it previously. Let's go to localhost 3000 and you can see the class component. That's all about React components. Please subscribe and like the video. Also join the Facebook group for coding hacks, link in description.